Before Barack Obama was elected president, the National Rifle Association posted this warning for its members. It's a list of 10 ways the President Obama would, quote unquote, change the Second Amendment. Politico posted this back in 2008. Their warning includes a ban on the use of firearms to defend yourself in your own home and closing 90% of the gun shops in America. That's what the NRA said that Barack Obama would do if he were elected president. Scary stuff for NRA members, enraging stuff. So Barack Obama does, in fact, get elected president. And as president, he ends up saying very little and doing even less about gun laws. His most notable act with regard to guns so far has been signing a bill that allows you to carry a gun in national parks. Now, it should be noted that gun control proponents are not all that happy with this part of the Obama presidency, this part where he's doing almost nothing about guns except allowing more of them in places they didn't used to be allowed. But you know who else isn't happy about it? The NRA. NRA Vice President Wayne LaPierre says you can tell that President Obama is coming for your guns by the way he's not coming for your guns. Watch.
So when he got elected, they concocted a scheme to stay away from the gun issue, lull gun owners to sleep, and play us for fools in 2012. Well, gun owners are not fools, and we are not fooled. We see the president's strategy crystal clear. Get reelected, and with no more elections to worry about, get busy dismantling and destroying our firearms freedom. Erase the Second Amendment from the Bill of Rights and exorcise it from the U.S. Constitution. That's their agenda.
The NRA says the way you can tell Obama is coming for your guns is that he's not coming for your guns. It's genius! That is the insane, paranoid message from the NRA this year. But in the context of the debate over guns in this country, broadly speaking, that speech almost passes for reasonable. Republican Congressman Joe Walsh told a Tea Party group this week in Illinois that Illinois needs a concealed weapons law. Why? Because, quote, the most important amendment in that Bill of Rights is the Second Amendment. It protects every other amendment. It is the last line of defense between us and our government. So thank God for the guns that Americans have between us and our government. Not to remind the congressman of work when it's almost the weekend, but Congressman Joe Walsh, you're a congressman. You are the government. You ran for office, you got elected, you joined the government. There is no between you and the government unless you're a way more complicated person than I understood, and you should get help. But wait, I can even top that. You have heard in recent months about an undercover program codenamed Fast and Furious at the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. ATF agents tracked guns as they were sold illegally. They let those sales happen so they could catch Mexican drug lords who were buying those illegal guns. But 2,000 of the guns ended up loose on the streets for a time, and a Border Patrol agent was killed at a crime scene where Fast and Furious guns were found. In covering the Fast and Furious story, the Fox News Channel has used as their on-air authority on this story a man named Mike Vanderboe. Vanderboe says the whole thing is an Obama administration conspiracy against the Second Amendment somehow, which, well, whatever. That's his conspiracy theory. But more importantly, do you remember who Mike Vanderboe is? His name is Mike Vanderboe. He's the former leader of a group called the Alabama Constitutional Militia. Mr. Vanderboe has been advocating specifically that people throw bricks through the windows of Democratic Party headquarters all around the country. And he wants credit, apparently, whenever anyone follows his advice. On his blog last week, Mr. Vanderboe wrote an anti-Democrat manifesto that included this call to action. We can break their windows before we have to resort to rifles to resist their well-intentioned tyranny. These windows are not far away from where you are reading this right now. In virtually every city and county in this land, there's a local headquarters of Pelosi's party, the Democrat Party. These headquarters invariably have windows, so if you wish to send a message that Pelosi and her party cannot fail to hear, break their windows, break them now, break them and run to break again, break them under cover of night, break them in broad daylight, break them and await arrest in willful principled civil disobedience, break them with rocks, break them with slingshots, break them with baseball bats, but break them. The time has come to take your life, your liberty, and that of your children and grandchildren into your own two hands and act. It is, after all, more humane than shooting them in self-defense. And if we do a proper job, if we break the windows of hundreds, thousands of Democrat Party headquarters across this country, we might just wake up enough of them to make defending ourselves at the muzzle of a rifle unnecessary. Break their windows, break them now. Mr. Vanderboom made this solicitation from Pinson, Alabama. It's a suburb of Birmingham, Alabama, where he resides and from where he expounds in great detail online all about the federal government's secret plots to assert control over your life and then kill you. That was our show's reporting from when Democratic Party offices, like this one, this was Gabby Gifford's office in Arizona, when Democratic Party offices had their windows smashed in the wake of health reform passing. The break their windows, break them now guy is who Fox News is using as their on-air authority to report on the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms today. With politics like these, with conservative politics like these, it may seem like nothing can get done in this country about guns and gun laws. But, when Americans put their minds to it, we can, in fact, pass gun laws in this country. Just not usually the kind that make us feel any safer. For instance, starting today in Ohio, you can now carry a concealed weapon into a bar. Just tuck that sucker into your pocket, walk right into your local watering hole. The new law does come with a limit. If you are carrying a concealed weapon into a bar in Ohio, you're not allowed to drink any alcohol. Who's going to check for guns with every order? The barkeep? The bouncer? 3 gin rickeys. Okay, but first you got to empty your pockets. Actually, turn around and let me pat you down. Okay, sure, here's your Bud Light, but first I got to wand you. And if someone's got a concealed weapon and gets hammered anyway, who is going to volunteer to take the hammered guy's gun away then? Somebody sober on the next bar stool with his own gun? What could possibly go wrong in Ohio starting today? Up next, a cocktail moment involving guns and alcohol, but not bullets, not even shot glasses, I promise.